What's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing? How's your weekend? Talk to me. How's everyone hanging in there? It's been hot and I don't like heat. So I have an unpopular opinion and I do not like summertime. It is foul. I don't like sweating unless I'm working out. Um, I mean, like, you deal with it, but I hate it. Okay. So why you need to poop. Okay. Let's be real. So I had a client this week, right, that says to me, that's used to going to the bathroom. And guys, listen, we're all like, oh, you don't talk about bathroom habits, right? I do because it's important and it's not that big of a deal, right? I think we had this like thing of like, don't talk about like whatever. I don't care. I'm talking about it because we need to talk about it. All right. If you're not going to the bathroom every single day, a couple times a day, like twice, sometimes three times, depending on how you're treating your body and what your body's being exposed to, you're toxic. Okay. So I had a client recently say to me, Matt, I am pooping so much. And in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, like, ooh, that was cute. Little guy. I am pooping so much. And I literally said to her, okay, you were used to going every like 3 days. You're toxic, boo. You're toxic. It ain't that deep. You're toxic, right? So don't be surprised when you go every 3 days and then you're going like crazy because your body's like, thank you. Thanks so much. Really appreciate you helping me out now. And then you start to, some people get a headache. Some people will have diarrhea. Some people will, they might spike a fever because your body is able to like fight things off and detox properly and all those things. So and then you start to see complexion. The thing that people don't realize about complexion is a lot of that is because your body is like trying to tell you and scream at you of all these symptoms and all these signs that that you have a toxic buildup, right? So for example, I do not like to eat greens. Like I just don't. I enjoy my meat, I enjoy my fat, I enjoy some things vegetable wise here and there, but like I am not a green person. I don't eat a ton of greens. I used to, and I was always super bloated. And when I started learning the truth, I was like, okay. And then I just started to like really dive in head first and started seeing massive results. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm just telling you what worked for me and what has worked with a lot of my clients. That's it, right? So I started getting little breakouts here and there. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? I'm not used to having acne. I'm not used to getting breakouts, right? So all I could think of was I did start eating more salads and I did start eating more greens and I did start eating more things that I don't normally have. Like I was eating more onions, I was eating more cucumbers and tomatoes and such, right? So then I just started to go, all right. So I asked a friend of mine to test me. And all of a sudden she was like, you're coming up for food. And I was like, okay. And so within, not even kidding, within a minute, we discover I was telling my friend all these things and, said to me, have you been eating onions lately? And I said, yeah. She's like, yep, that's a cause for partly, you're sensitive to that or whatever. And I was like, okay. And then, a couple more things we discovered. And I was like, this makes so much sense. So, guys, when I tell you your body is screaming at you with symptoms, and the more you can start to just be aware of things that are symptoms as opposed to, oh my gosh, I need to run to the doctor, I need to run to the whatever, you know what I mean? Like your body is so intelligent that it continues to give you clues as to what's going on. And if you're not going to the bathroom on a regular basis, you're doing your body a huge disservice. And I will tell you, the CDC in an article has stated that it's normal to go to the bathroom once a week. It's normal. That is not normal, and it is not healthy. So before you start to freak out and panic, there's always a reason why you get a breakout, why you could get really stressed, why you get anxious, depression, all these things. When your body is literally eating its own crap, it's going to have those symptoms and you're going to feel depression. You're going to feel anxious. You're going to feel all those things. And you can get that stuff from your parents, right? You can get that from conception, right? So don't believe for 1 second that you can't break that cycle though, because you can, because I have, right? So people always say like, you can't like get away from your genetics or blah, blah, blah. And it's just not true, because I've seen it happen. And the thing I need you all to realize is that we're all toxic. We are all full of toxins, and you need to be pooping every day, twice a day, maybe 3 times a day, depending on what you ate. Don't be surprised. Like I can tell you right now, you eat sugar or you drink a lot. This is where I'm going to say, and I'm going to have people probably not like it, but I'm here to talk truth, right? If you are addicted to alcohol, you need to look at your life. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this to be real. And I'm saying this as a coach, right? You need to look at your life, because you're probably numbing something. You don't like something about yourself. Alcoholism, it kind of like came into your life from your parents. Like, it's no judgment, but it happens. And I strongly believe that when you are drinking or, on substance, anything like that, right? I'm not like a therapist. I'm just saying what I've observed in my own life and what I've helped other people, be aware of to help them out of things, right? And not only is alcohol just straight up sugar and crap, there's tons of glyphosate in it. There's tons of chemicals in it. There's tons of metals in it. It's known, right? It's a known fact. There's molds in some of it. So you can't for 1 second think that alcohol doesn't have an effect on your body. Like, everyone's like, oh, it's just my liver. It's like, no, like, I know people who have pains, and like every time they drink, the pains come back, because it's literally your body going into a response of, hey, I need you to stop doing this, but you can't stop because of, it could be peer pressure. It could be it's like a habit that you've formed, right? You need to start looking at your habits. This is so simple, but it's like this is where people need accountability, and this is where people need to be responsible for their own life. People just have given up their own responsibility. They've given up their power for so long. Wonder what, like, it's no surprise to me when people come in and they've gained a lot of weight over their lifetime, and I say to them, like, and this is something very real, you cannot expect to be in a healthy position in a day. You got here over your lifetime, so it's going to take some time. I'm not saying a whole lifetime, but it's going to take some time, right? I'm not going to put a timeline on it because everyone's different, but it will take some time for you to come out of that. I think the more realistic you can be with like, this is where I've done this for this long, for, let's say you're 60 or 70, right? I treated my body like crap for 30 years. And now all of a sudden you want this quick transformation and shift to happen in how long? Like, this is where we need to start kind of like getting the wheels turning of like, this isn't going to happen in 30 days. It's not going to happen in 60 days. It's not going to happen in 90 days, but it could, right? It depends on if you're all in or if you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Okay. So the reason why I talked about pooping is because I feel like if you are not consistently getting rid of toxicity in your life, and I don't mean that in just like physically, you need to start looking at your life. You need to start looking at the people you are hanging around, because those people too are toxic. And if they are toxic people, you will have toxic behavior. That's just how it works. So start looking at every aspect of your life, right? And take it day by day and step by step. Don't think you have to conquer Rome, right? One day at a time and one observation at a time. This will start to change the trajectory of your life when you just start looking at every area. Am I spiritually well? No. What do I need to do there? Am I relationship-wise? Am I well there? No. What do I need to do there? Like, a lot of people don't realize the reflection of your life is from you, right? So if you look at yourself and go, oh, I created that, you take your power back, but you need to start looking at everything that you're doing, not just like, oh, blaming other people for how your life has become. Because at the end of the day, you're the reason why you are where you're at, right? So this is meant to hopefully motivate you and inspire you to take back your life, take control of your life, stop being a punk, right? Because at the end of the day, there is a solution to anything. There really is. It's just, are you ready for the solution? Are you ready for the reality of being accountable and being responsible for what you've done in your life to get you to this point? Because I don't think people realize you have gotten to this point in your life. If you don't like something, you did it, right? If you don't like something, you actually invited what you have in your life. You've created that. If you have certain friendships in your life, it's because you are needy or you are whatever. You need to start looking at these aspects of your life. Are you negative? Well, why are you negative? Are you watching something that's super negative? Are you listening to people that are super negative? Do you have negative people in your life? Do you like your job? See what I'm saying? When you start to look at every aspect of your life, you will start to see that you actually are inviting that, and you are continuing to look and see yourself as a negative person. So when I say to get rid of stuff and to poop, I mean to literally poop out everything. Get everything out of your life that's not doing you well. At first, it's going to be hard. Saying no, it's like saying no. When you first say no, it's really hard. First couple times, they're really hard because you've taken over your power and you've taken back your power. But after those first few times, when something doesn't sit with you, or when you start to say, yeah, I'm not going to answer that phone call because I just need to be in my own space right now, right? It's okay. It's called a healthy boundary. And when you have healthy boundaries in your life, you will start to see your whole world shift. But you can't be afraid to have those boundaries, and you can't be afraid to own your own life. All right. So make sure you're pooping. Okay. Make sure you're getting out toxicity in your life, both food, all the toxic crap that we're being fed every single day, sugar, all that. Watch the people that you surround yourself with, watch the things that you listen to and watch. If you notice that those things are causing you to be negative, maybe it's time to take a second glance at that and say, yeah, it's probably not helping me. It's probably making it worse. So hope that helps you. And I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.